April, my dear, come right in and sit down over there in that big chair.
Well, thank you very much.
I really should have arranged a red carpet reception. After all, it is an occasion, your being here.
Oh, well, it certainly is an occasion for me. Very strange, too, when I think about how different the station was when I was last here.
Well, the thing that's so different, of course, is that everybody's working for you now.
Oh, yes, that's right. I'm the boss. I certainly don't feel like the boss, and just because I'm the station owner, I don't want anyone to treat me any differently.
I'm afraid that's inevitable, my dear.
It's just so silly. I mean, I know less about running a television station than half the people out there.
Oh, come along. I'm not such an expert myself.
Oh, no, that's not what I've heard. I hear you have really taken charge around here.
Well, I must say I'm very happy here, and I'm very stimulated by all this. But I'm going to be even happier when you take the reins again.
Yeah, I guess it's about time, isn't it?
Yes. I think it's about time that you got involved in the world again. And I'm not just talking about your career.
Oh, now I think everybody's telling me that.
Well, after all, you know what they say. The past is gone. The future isn't here yet, so what's wrong with the right now?
Can't argue with that.
April, do you mind if I exercise a certain prerogative of age and friendship and talk to you candidly about something?
What is it?
Something personal. It concerns Logan.
Oh?
You know my habit of adopting people, at least so long as they will allow it. I mean of finding surrogate sons to take the place of the sons I lost. Surely you know that Logan is my present victim.
Logan adores you, and you know it, Geraldine.
Yes. And there's another thing I know. He adores you, too.
It's enough, Frankie. It's enough. You're gonna kill the guy. You may have already killed him.
April, you can't live with someone and not know what he's thinking and feeling. Logan has been wearing his heart on his sleeve lately. Surely you've noticed.
Well, truth is, Geraldine, Logan has already told me how he feels.
But that's only natural, isn't it?
Of course it is.
Only natural and very difficult for him. I'm sure you know why.
Because of Draper.
Yes. I think Logan is feeling certain disloyalty to Draper because of his feelings for his widow.
Logan was absolutely wonderful to me. Wonderful for me. I can't tell you how much he's helped me these past few months.
Well, he did that for Draper's sake as much as for yours. That's the way it started in any case. But then, well, you know what they say about proximity.
Yeah. I just wonder if it isn't more complicated than that. I mean, you know how emotions have a way of getting all mixed up and intermingled, and what may look like love may turn out to be something else. Maybe sympathy, maybe even pity.
Oh, I don't think that's true in this case. But I'm sure you're right. I'm sure Logan's emotions are very complicated right now. And why shouldn't they be? Well, I got a surprise in my mail this morning. Here it is.
What is it?
It's a letter from Nadine, Raven's mother. She's coming to Monticello.
Really?
She wants me to make arrangements for her trip here. She wants a suite at the Monticello Arms. She doesn't know how difficult that's going to be on short notice.
Is Draper's father coming with her?
No, he isn't. She also seems to be a little concerned about her health. She's asked me to make an appointment to see a doctor here. Actually, I'll be glad to do all of those things. I'll be delighted to see Nadine again.
You and she were very close, weren't you?
Oh, yes. For years, ever since our childhood, really.
Did you happen to say anything about Raven?
No. No, she doesn't.
Yeah, well, I wonder what she's going to think when she hears about the custody battle. Who knows, maybe Nadine can shake some sense into Raven.
April. That would be my idea of a miracle.
This is the deposition from my client, Logan. You may not want to read all of it right now.
Yeah, I think I'll wait till later on that. Boy, wordy little devil, isn't he?
A bit verbose, yes.
Yeah, well, I don't think we'll have any problem with this, except maybe lifting it. We'll come to a deal.
Good.
Speaking of wordy little devils, have you heard Cliff's latest brainstorm?
Oh, you mean about Benita Thomas?
Yeah, he seems to think she'd have some influence with Judge Lewis.
Yeah, I suppose she might. If her report really blasts Raven, it would be a point in your favor.
Well, I can use all the points I can get right now.
Yes, you can. I think you know that Cliff is pretty upset about losing April as a witness.
Yeah, I know.
And frankly, I was somewhat surprised myself, Logan. I thought we'd resolved that issue a long time ago.
Well, April wants to do it, Mike, but I've decided against it. I'm not going to change my mind either.
Oh, I didn't come here to change your mind.
Good, I'm glad to hear that. Didn't think you did.
I came here, frankly, because I'm very concerned about you.
No?
Concerned about the mood you seem to be in lately.
What do you mean?
Well, it's obvious to me that ever since the autopsy was performed on the body that was supposed to be Draper, you've been in very low spirits. Now, with the custody case just a couple of weeks away, that really bothers me.
Bothers me too, Mike, but...
Well, is there anything else troubling you? Any doubt about Draper?
Well, doubt that he's dead? No. Well, not much.
But a little?
Yeah, a little. 0.1%. Maybe 0.2% after today.
Oh?
Mike, I keep getting these very strange answers from people who used to live up in Evansville. That's in Graham County, near the falls.
Which people?
Emily Michaels, Molly Sherwood. I questioned them about the night of the wreck, asked them what they'd seen, what they hadn't seen, and I got these very strange reactions from both of them, and I can't figure out why.
What would they have to hide?
Exactly. Now, there is one other possible witness that I haven't questioned. That's Emily Michaels' husband, the mysterious Kirk. Might be interesting if his reactions were the same. No, he's a mystery man, all right, and I don't like mystery men because they turn out to be bad customers most of the time.
You told me he has a police record.
Yeah, which could explain why he's reluctant to talk to the DA, and I mean reluctant. That includes his wife. She stopped me cold just as I was about to meet him face to face.
Now, that does sound suspicious, Logan.
He can't hide from me forever, though. I don't know. Maybe I'll have another crack at him today. Yeah, I think I will, once we get through here. All right?
So wonderful.
My. Just 24 hours ago, I was an inhuman beast.
Well, you are an inhuman beast, but you're a wonderful one. I can't believe you found those wallpaper people. I was going crazy trying to get that place fixed up before Mother got here.
Well, those sharks got a lot of money out of me for the unicorn redecoration. I figured they owed me something.
No, I owe you something, huh? But I'll owe it to you later, okay? Mother is going to be so happy with that wallpaper with all those little Mother Goose things on it. That's the kind of wallpaper she had in my bedroom. I remember it was supposed to make me a happy little girl. But I hated little Bo Peep. As a matter of fact, when I grew up and found out that Jack and Jill fell down the hill and broke their little necks, I was so happy.
What a nice kid you must have been.
I was a princess. At least that's what my daddy used to say.
And you grew up believing it.
That's right. I may be royalty, who knows? I keep expecting some golden carriage to come up to my door and some little white-haired man come out and put himself at my feet and say, Your Majesty, your people await you.
Is that your fantasy, huh?
Well, actually, no. I don't believe in little white-haired old men anymore.
Oh, no, not even Santa Claus?
No, not even Santa Claus. I believe in stocks, bonds, and long-term capital gains.
You're going to have a lot of opportunity to deal with that when Jamie comes into his own. But you're going to need more than Mother Goose wallpaper to convince your mother that your baby's receiving the best maternal care. You're going to have to act the loving parent when she's around.
Well, hopefully she won't be around very much. She'll be out shopping and visiting the doctor and seeing her old friends. My God.
What?
I just realized something. Geraldine Saxon is my mother's best friend.
So what?
So what? She's going to go see Geraldine before she comes to see me, or she sees the wallpaper, and Geraldine's going to tell her horrible things about me. You know she's on Logan's side.
Oh, your mother has very few illusions about you anyway.
Oh, that's true. My mother wishes I was never born. That's why she took me out of the will and gave all the money to my son.
So, what difference does it make?
It makes a big difference because Geraldine's going to tell her about this custody suit. And then she's going to tell her that I stole the baby from Logan.
Ah, you repossessed him, remember?
Well, she'll call it stealing. She'll make me sound like a horrible mother.
Don't forget, Geraldine Saxon doesn't know about Jamie's good fortune. And your mother doesn't know that you know.
Well, all I know is the thought of those two women together makes me sick.
I don't think there's much you can do about it. I hardly think you can win over Geraldine Saxon within the next 2 weeks.
No, I don't think so. But you know what? There might be something I can do.
Like what?
I just thought of a brilliant plan.
Tell me about it. You know I stand in awe of your talent for mischief.
Thank you. By the time I finish with Mother, she'll never want to see Geraldine again. You know who that is. Hello.
Mrs. Swift?
Yes?
I'm Benita Thomas. I'm from the Medford Foundation. It's a non-profit organization dedicated to welfare, particularly regarding children. I wonder if I could come in and discuss the custody case you have pending in court?
Well, of course. Please come in.
Oh, I was just leaving anyway. It's nice anyway.
I just wanted to thank you for giving me my first break in show business. Yeah, that's real sweet of you, doll, but we'll talk about that later, okay? Right now, we got a show to do.
Hi.
Oh, hi, Gavin. Aren't you a little early for the action?
I just came by to ask if you'd heard anything from Jody.
No, not a word.
She's still staying with the relatives, the doctor and his wife?
Yeah, she's there. Hey, would you do me a real big favor?
What?
Lend me a hand for a second, okay?
To do what?
I mean, a hand literally. Hold up your right hand. That's great. I just want to see how this doll looks from a distance. You don't mind, do you?
Look, I didn't come here to play punch to your Judy.
Hey, you know, that's really a good idea. When she gets back, I'll ask her if she'd like to be part of the show, and then we can call it the Punch and Jody Show.
Very funny. You mind if I take this thing off now?
No, not at all. Thanks. Hey, you know, I'm doing a show here every night. Why don't you come by and catch my act?
I don't like discos.
You're a dance instructor, aren't you?
Right. That's why I don't like discos.
I thought you guys were into all kinds of dancing. You're not a culture snob, are you, Gavin?
Look, I just came by to ask about Jody. She wasn't feeling well when she left the studio. I want to know how she's feeling now.
Well, why don't you give her a call and ask her yourself? The Kavanaughs are in the phone book, you know.
I was thinking of going over and seeing her.
I think you ought to leave her alone. The reason she got sick in the first place was because she was working too hard, waiting on tables all night and then dancing the rest of the time.
I wasn't going over there to give her dancing lessons. I just want to see her.
Yeah, but you might remind her and tempt her about her career. Make her get back into it before she's ready.
The truth is, you don't want her to go back to the studio at all.
I didn't say that.
I know you like her, Kelly. You just don't like competition.
Gavin, I just want to see Jody get good and healthy again. And I don't see that happening with people like you pressuring her.
She wants to dance. It's up to her. And from what I've seen, it's the most important thing in her whole life. And if she wants to make it, she'll have to work at it full time. It's not a part-time job. Like puppetry, for instance.
Oh, yeah, well, it was nice seeing you again, Gavin. Why don't you drop in some night and I'll be sure you get a ringside table.
Yeah. See you around.
Oh, Gavin, could I have some dance lessons too, sweetie?
Don't you know we're not open yet?
Yeah. I was just leaving. See you around, Kelly.
I won't keep you any longer, Logan. I know you're anxious to meet the mystery man in Oakdale.
Sort of. Excuse me. Yes, Maggie. She is? Well, no, please, no. Send her in. Guess who's here? Miss Benita Thomas.
Get a chance to meet her.
Please come in, please.
Mr. Swift?
Yes, very nice to meet you. This is my car.
Oh, Mr. Carr. Yes, of course. I've known you by reputation for years.
Nice to meet you, Miss Thomas. Oh, I suppose congratulations are in order on your new appointment.
Well, I'm not so sure. I made the best move in the world, working for the foundation.
Oh?
No, I seem to do nothing but attend meetings and give lectures.
I thought that's all foundations did anyway. Please sit down. Make yourself comfortable.
Thank you. Ah, in a way, it's a relief to do something as substantial as what I've just done.
Oh, what was that?
I did as your attorney requested, Mr. Swift. I went to visit your wife and son.
Well, that's certainly fast action. Oh, by the way, Mike Carr is my other attorney, so he'll be privy to any information that you've uncovered.
Miss Thomas, we knew that you planned to make that visit, but we didn't realize it would be this soon.
Well, I always try to move as quickly as possible in such cases. It's amazing how fast the word gets back to people being investigated. Suddenly, the conditions improve vastly.
Yeah.
Oh, yes, I can understand that.
So, you went to visit my wife and son, and?
Well, I thought I'd come here directly to tell you what I found. Of course, I will submit a written report to Judge Lewis, and you'll get a copy, naturally.
Well, I'll look forward to reading that. And I can't tell you how kind this is of you.
Well, I wonder if you'll feel that way when you read it. And I also wonder whether you will really be happy or unhappy.
What do you mean by that?
Well, the conclusion I reached, Mr. Swift, was that your son is in the very best of care.
Well, I'm sorry, Miss Thomas, but that just can't be true.
Well, that was my impression, Mr. Swift.
Miss Thomas, not too long ago, we received a report from friends, from police officers,
Mr.
actually,
Carr,
that said...
I told Cliff Nelson that I would do this only if I was able to submit a completely objective report. Now, I can assure you that I am totally not prejudiced in this case. I've never met the father or the mother of the child. All I can tell you is that Mrs. Swift's little boy was clean, well-fed, apparently happy and content, and he is certainly being treated like a well-loved child.
I find that very difficult to believe.
Well, he has a charming nursery all to himself, completely decorated with new furniture, fine wardrobe of clothing, and a trained nurse to take care of him when Mrs. Swift is not there. That's right.
I've heard that before. I've seen my wife's idea about a trained nurse.
I have the woman's card, Mr. Swift. Catherine Wong. I've known her reputation for years.
A miracle. Wonder how and when it happened.
Sorry. Apparently you didn't expect such a favorable report, but just the same, that's what I have to submit.
Yeah, I guess you will. That was our agreement, wasn't it? Cliff, good old Cliff. Another wonderful idea.
Oh, yes. April, as you can see, the overall audience rating has remained the same, but our share has improved slightly.
Looks good to me.
And especially since we had to raise our advertising rates last June. Well, that's enough of all that. Why don't you go out and talk to the staff for a bit?
I guess I should show my face, huh? Well, I will talk to you before I leave.
Oh, April.
Yes?
One more thing before you go. When Logan told you how he felt about you, what did you say?
Well, to tell you the truth, Geraldine, I didn't say anything.
What do we do now, Frankie? You done your worst. You practically killed the guy.
Oh, he's alive. He's still breathing, isn't he? What more do you want?
I want the money. I want that $60,000. Hell, I'd settle for 50 or 40 or 30. I want some cash to put in my pocket so I can get out of here. I am sick and tired of hearing that damn music from that merry-go-round.
Shut up and let me think.
About what? What's some new way to hurt the guy? Frankie, don't you see what's happening? He's not gonna talk. Don't ask me where he gets the nerve. He ain't gonna tell us no matter what we do.
Maybe you're right. The cops say that Kirk Michaels is dead. Okay. Let's prove them right.
You mean right now?
Yeah, right now. It'll sound like another shot out of the shooting gallery. Here.
I can't do it, Frankie.
Oh? Then I'll do it myself. So long, babyface.
Seems as though a harmony is hard to find. Always on my mind. And frustrated days pass without sight, the edge of night.